of bail, because you have a right to be convicted before you can be subjected to the penalty of a crime. You can't have the punishment before the conviction. Due process mandates bail or release pending conviction. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Identify yourself.
Listen, my name is Ari and I'm a paralegal. The United States Constitution mandates that nobody's subjected to the penalties of a crime without a conviction. Therefore, it's mandatory that Mr. Coons be released pending a conviction.
Building your online business? Go to Wix.com and set up your store on a single integrated platform.
May have tampered with witnesses, etc. There's no evidence that he did this subsequent to being charged. To try to say that he presents a flight risk and everything like that, there's no evidence that he ever sought to evade prosecution. It's called prevention. You can't do that. You can't say punish a person for something they might do. They can only punish a person for something they have done. So the law mandates that he be released pending his trial, and that any deprivation constitutes a fundamental deprivation or violation of.
All right, welcome back, everybody. I'm Jesse Weber. So you're looking at a live view right now outside of the New York Federal Courthouse where Sean Combs just had a status hearing where his attorneys and the prosecutors and the judge, they went over a number of issues regarding gag.
Okay, y'all, I have no idea why they stopped that from happening, but
orders regarding the government allegedly leaking material. Most importantly, I would say, is the discovery schedule, how much material there is in this case, when it's going to be turned over to the defense. And I will tell you, the idea that his defense team is looking for a May 2025 trial date, very ambitious, given how much material there is. So I want to bring in right now, I have two special guests as we wait, by the way, for Elizabeth Milner, our reporter who is inside that courthouse, to come out and give us the latest. I'm here with Law and Crime's legal counsel, our general counsel, Elizabeth Vulai, here with me on set, and acclaimed litigator Ben Shu, who knows a thing or two about representing.
You can't have the punishment before the conviction. Due process mandates bail.
So he's out here. He's a paralegal. It sounds like he's a paralegal or something.
Listen, my name is Ari and I'm a paralegal.
Oh,
The
Lord.
United States Constitution mandates no one subjected to the penalties of a crime without a conviction. Therefore, it's mandatory that Mr. Coons be released pending a conviction. Also, to try to say that he tampered with witnesses, etc. There's no evidence that he did this subsequent to being charged. To try to say that he presents a flight risk and everything like that, there's no evidence that he ever sought to evade prosecution. It's called prevention. You can't do that. You can't say punish a person for something they might do. They can only punish a person for something they have done. So the law mandates that he be released pending his trial, and that any deprivation constitutes a fundamental deprivation or violation of due process. Thank you.
That was that? That was it? That's all he said?
Let's see.
We're laughing at him. Look, now we up to date. Sorry.
okay, I have no idea what the heck is going on as far as why Law and Crime would cut that short for them to give their own little 1-2 on it. At the end of the day, this gentleman came out of court and he was basically saying that there has been he's being accused of witness tampering, et cetera, et cetera. Let's listen to that little bit of clip again to hear exactly what he was saying. Now we're gonna have to listen because again, this is the paralegal. I am trying to find another source because I really thought that Law and Crime would have handled this a lot better. But they didn't because they cut this guy off, and I actually want
They
to
never
hear what
brought
he
up
got
a
to say.
bail application. Why not?
Here we go.
Bail pending criminal prosecution. Mandatory. It's mandatory. You can't deprive a person of bail. Because you have a right to be convicted before you can be subjected to the penalty of a crime. You can't have the punishment before the conviction. Due process mandates bail or release pending conviction.
Okay, so we're gonna go with good old Associated Press because they're always reliable and they have more coverage. I do feel like Law and Crime has something to say. We will review it, but I want to hear this in its entirety.
Bail pending criminal prosecution is mandatory. It's mandatory. You can't deprive the person of bail because you have a right to be convicted before you can be subjected to the penalties of a crime. You can't have the punishment before the conviction. Due process mandates bail or release pending conviction.
Are you connected to the case?
Listen, my name is Ari and I'm a paralegal. The United States Constitution mandates no one subjected to the penalties of a crime without a conviction. Therefore, it's mandatory that Mr. Coons be released pending a conviction. Also, they try to say that they have tampered with witnesses, etc. There's no evidence that he did this subsequent to being charged. They try to say that he presents a flight risk and everything like that. There's no evidence that he ever sought to evade prosecution. It's called prevention. You can't do that. You can't say punish a person for something they might do. They can only punish a person for something they have done.
That's true.
So the law mandates that he be released pending his trial, and that any deprivation constitutes a fundamental deprivation or violation of due process.
Thank you.
Let's see, Randy. I'm not sure.
Okay, so this is a paralegal apparently who was there and he was watching the trial as it was happening. I know a lot of you guys are like, "Oh, Henny, you should have went." Yes, I should have gone. However, that was not going to work out for me for today. So I do apologize if you guys were expecting me to go down there to the courthouse. I also know that they're not going to let me in the courtroom because I'm not related to the case. And I'm also not an official member of the press, which means that I don't have press pass and privileges. I am looking into certain things. I probably shouldn't have said that out loud because people who weren't thinking about it will probably start thinking about it now. But he is not the lawyer. He is a paralegal who was just telling us some things that are actually true. You cannot be charged for what you may do. You have to be charged for a crime that you did do. So in this case, he hasn't had due process. So they're saying that he needs to be released. However, Diddy has been deemed to pose a threat to the community as a whole because of the things that he did prior to him being arrested, the things with Kid Cudi, the fact that he reached out to Melina and had her, I think that's her name, had her go against Dawn. And he called her a bunch of times to get her to change her story. So there's a lot of evidence that they did present within the court that shows that he was also also tampering with witnesses. Okay, the Kid Cudi incident with him allegedly setting his car on fire poses a danger. The fact that we watched the video of what happened between him and Cassie makes him a danger. All of these things pose a threat to the community. So even though what he's saying is correct, you also cannot let him go if he is a threat to the community. And yes, like someone just said, Lorianne just said, bail is not mandatory. His lawyer messed up though. He's going to be fired. I believe his lawyer is going to be fired as well. They are also pushing for a no, that's not the lawyer in the case. They're also pushing for a evidence tampering. Remember, I read that information to you guys last night. As soon as we got a hold of it while I was live, I read it. So if you missed it, go back and watch it, because Diddy's team is actually accusing the lawyers of leaking grand jury information out to the press. So Brooklyn Knicks fan says, Diddy, no threat to the community. That's ridiculous. Well, clearly you didn't listen to the case and you didn't listen to the facts, because then you would see where the law is coming from by saying that. Yes, it's looking like his bail was denied again. Okay, so this would be the third time that his bail is denied. I don't know if they're going to be going for another bail, but I also know that this was just a status conference. He's actually not on trial as of yet. And from what I read last night, if you were here, you remember, yes, they leaked that Cassie video to CNN. If you were here last night, okay, there's his family coming out. Here's the children coming out of the courtroom. There's his mom. That's the twins, Christian and Justin. There goes, I forgot Albie Shore's son's name, but there he is as well. Those are all of the people that came in support of Diddy to court. I don't know who this young man is either in the back, but that's the family exiting the court. I want to see where the lawyer comes out. We may be a little behind, guys, because I did rewind, but I want to hear what his actual lawyer has to say. Let's see. I thought someone was saying something. It doesn't look like anybody is saying anything.
Watch yourself. Get on the sidewalk, please.
I don't know who this gentleman is, but he's speaking. Quincy, thank you.
Microphones, guys.
Oh my God, the night Puff tried to unalive me. Do you see that sign out there?
I don't know.
So it seems like there's a lot of people out there that are talking. That gentleman that they just turned the cameras around to, he was saying that the family is fine. Can you guys hear me over the video? Because I'll turn it down a little bit so you can. Okay, so they're trying to get everybody to back up. You clearly are a Diddy fan. Clearly, and that's cool. But over here, we go by the evidence, okay?
Dr. King told us that law unintended consequences. Sometimes the more you push a person down, the stronger they get. And so he's making an adjustment. He had his family here today to support him. We really want to put an end to all of the clowning that we see on the internet. It's a serious proceeding, with serious consequences, and all of us are addressing it accordingly.
Anthony, is it a racist proceeding, as Marcus said?
Nobody's okay with staying in jail for that. Okay,
Anthony,
thank you very much. That's it for today.
As Marcus said, do you continue to believe that?
I did not see any celebrities showing up, and in all honesty, they're going to stay away from this. I wouldn't expect them to show up because if they show up, it's going to splash back on them. They have investments, they have partnerships, they have their own careers to worry about, and they cannot get themselves tangled up in something like this. Do you think Christian dissing the feds, saying the feds missed the house next door, was taken into account? Possibly. But that is a good point. There was 2 homes on one of those properties, but they only searched one. So I'm very curious, just like they didn't search the New York or the Chicago home. Remember last night we found out that there was a Chicago home as well. This is absolutely correct. This is the same treatment for anyone that has these accusations. No more of the crazy lady Jag Ursula's conspiracies. Well, Jaguar's conspiracies, some of them have come to fruition. She's been talking about this for a long time, the downfall of Diddy. She's been talking about it. So everything isn't a conspiracy with her. Some things are a stretch, I will say, but not everything that she said. Now I believe this. The celebrities are over here in our bushes watching anonymously like us. They touch all 3 houses. New York and Chicago was just not all on the news. They're not even mentioning those homes in these court proceedings at all. So they did not mention the other home in Miami because there was 2 houses on the property. They did not mention the New York home, and they did not mention the Chicago home. So being that it's not documented or spoken about, that means it didn't happen. We don't have no proof that it happened.
Yeah. I don't think so, but I'm staying up for that.
Although I will say, rumor has it that the New York home was actually searched. We just don't know about it. Now, this right here is just crazy to say. Everybody just trying to get Diddy. This is crazy. Why would anybody want to take Diddy down? Why would everybody want to take Diddy down? Please explain that. I don't want Diddy to go down, but if he did all of these horrific things that they're saying he did, he needs to go down. He needs to go down. If he's guilty, he needs to go down.
But Christian, but the lawyer hasn't done it. The lawyer hasn't done it.
Let me explain something about what my experience has been watching court proceedings happen, watching people go up into the courthouse. In the United States of America, for those who are not from this country or ever had to deal with our judicial system, even those who are here now in attendance or will be in attendance after this proceeding, in America, it says that you are innocent until proven guilty. That is not true. In America, it's actually backwards. You are guilty until you prove your innocence here. And that's what's happening. What's happening to Diddy is not anything that I haven't seen happen to regular, everyday Joe Schmoes. And I think we as a society have to stop putting celebrities on a pedestal and feeling like they deserve some type of special treatment, because that deserving of special treatment, it's what allows them to get away with so much. That they deserve special privileges and treating them like they're differently than everyday Joe Schmoes, you and I, is what gives them these egos to feel like they could get away with a lot of things. He does not get privilege in jail. He doesn't get privilege from process. He's going through his due process. They don't have to give him anything. I've watched people be denied bail for less charges than him. And I'm quite sure a lot of people that came in here that want to be pro Diddy are probably going to exit the video, and that's fine. I appreciate you coming in and watching, but I'm going to stick to what my views and opinions are, and based off of the facts is where I'm getting my views and opinions on things. We've heard about parties for a long time, just like we heard about all of this stuff that was going on with R. Kelly. We had concrete proof that circulated in our faces, that many of us watched the video, even though we were too young to be watching that stuff. We watched the videos. We saw the evidence right in front of our faces, and we chose to ignore it because we chose to give these celebrities some type of feeling of being privy and above the law. They're not above the law. Okay, since you want attention, Beans and Anthony, accessible journey, let me give you the attention that you're looking for. You must be new here. So hello. Matter of fact, let me do this. Hi, how you doing? My name is Hennessy, and this is Hennessy Reviews. And over here, I review court docs. I don't go off of rumor and speculation. I actually go for the facts and pull receipts. And I have read all of the docs and all of the accusations that have been made against Diddy. And I have weighed that against everything that is going on. And that is where I'm coming up with it. The facts are in the court docs, darling. That's what I'm going off of. That's what the courts are going off of. So until you've read all of those court docs and not heard it from somebody else, please don't ask me what facts until you get to know who I am and get to see what my channel is about. Welcome to the bar. Enjoy sipping, because this ain't what you thought it was. Now I'm going to go back incognito because I like to be incognito. All right, so where were we at? Diddy put himself in this predicament. I don't give a F if he's rich. If he foul, period. And that is what I'm saying. If he is found guilty of all of these charges, then he deserves to go sit down. If he did all of these horrific things that they're alleging that he did in these court docs, you're talking crimes against women, crimes against minors, crimes against eggs workers. You're talking about crimes here against human beings. If you don't feel that somebody, if found guilty, deserves to be convicted, I question you as a person. Am I sitting and saying that he is 1000% guilty of everything? I can't say he's guilty of everything. I can't even say that every case is real. But the courts are taking this case seriously enough for it to end up being a federal case. The feds don't just pick up stuff because they're bored, regardless to what the defense team wants to say. They don't just pick up cases because they're bored. However, on the flip side of that coin, I do have my own conspiracy theories about. I liked this page before this, all rumors, they still in court, so it's not proven. You liked the channel. You don't have to like my channel. Let me explain that to you, sweetheart. You don't have to like my channel. You don't. You don't. But I'm reading off of court docs, sweetheart. That's what I'm reading off of. And I've never seen your name before. You've never been a part of the chat before. So I've never seen you around these parts ever. You're new to me. And at the end of the day, you don't have to like the content. You can go elsewhere where you like the content at. And that's not me being full of ego or puffed up. But over here, the regular people that be in the chat, we've read the court docs. I've loaded the court docs for them to read themselves. So I guess the courts are bringing up a case based off of rumor. So every time someone goes to court, it's rumor. I guess R. Kelly's court docs were rumor too, huh? Anyway, I don't mind people having a difference of opinion, but don't freaking try to come at me or try to make it seem like I'm making this up and pulling a rabbit out my ass, because I'm not. Trust and believe me, I've read these docs. Not only that, I've lived in New York in the 90s. I've lived in New York in the 2000s. I've lived in New York when Wendy Williams was on the radio trying to tell us stuff that was going on, and she ended up being fired from the radio station and having to go to Philly. I was here when she came back to the radio in New York. I was here when she went to go get her own TV show off the radio station. I was here for a lot of that stuff. I heard all of the rumbles that were going on in the streets, and everybody else who was here in New York, you cannot lie. If you want to lie, you can, but you shouldn't. Let me say that. You should not lie that you didn't hear about stuff like this going on back in the day, because I did. I remember hearing it. And that goes for anybody. If you don't like the channel, I appreciate you for whatever time you spent here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your interaction. Thank you for all of that. And may you find a channel that is suitable for you. What's poppin'? Truth be told, said speak on it. Henny, native New York native too. That's what I'm saying. Now let me continue on what I was saying. I do have my own conspiracies that I'm thinking of. I did say that last night. I do feel like his case with Diageo did put all of this stuff into motion. However, Comet, you cannot deny the fact that there has to be something there for this case to have escalated this far. Yes, the trafficking was something that I didn't know. Yes, his bail was denied, Tanya, again. Right. A lot of people are like, why are y'all not shocked by it? Because we heard things. We already heard things prior to. Now, there are a lot of things, a lot of moving parts when it comes down to Diageo. From what I have been researching on my own, I am going to give you that video. I was in the middle of cleaning up, deep cleaning. Y'all know I go to court. Whose butt hurt, Yvonne? May 5th, court starts. He's still sitting till then. Yes. New name, no bail Diddy. Shaking my head. I'm waiting to see what his lawyer is going to say when he comes out. Okay. Okay, there goes his lawyer, guys. Let's get back to this. Oh, I thought he was going to walk past the mics.
Thanks for all for waiting. I'm really not going to make much of a statement. As you know, I made a request for the judge to issue what we call the gag order. And the judge is going to issue it on a reciprocal basis. So I'm not going to say anything that I didn't say in my papers and in court. We submitted a written motion last night that states our position. I'm not going to say anything in addition to it, but I didn't want to leave all you guys hanging, and I wanted to say at least that I wasn't going to say. So that's all I'm going to say and not say. Thank you all. I hope that gives you what you need. But I'm not going to say anything that I haven't said in court and that I haven't said in my court papers. So you all have a nice day, and thank you very much.
How is he doing? How is he doing?
I saw your bullshit motion. It's full of social media. It's bullshit. Gazy. I saw your whole motion. You put it together with ChatGPT. Your client is a monster and a predator. We're going to keep our foot on his neck. He's never getting out of prison. Tell him Gilmore said that.
Who is Gilmore?
Lisa, give this to Dan. Lisa, give this to Dan.
I need to go to the next court date, y'all. I need to go to the next court date, y'all. Because, see, if I was down there right now, I would be like, Gilmore, come here. So tell us who you are and what your relation is to Diddy. I want to know who Gilmore is. Us New Yorkers already heard a lot of things. Sadly, Henny, people are going to disagree, but they can argue with the truth. They can't argue with the truth. New sub here. I appreciate you always keeping 100 side. Note. Who the fuck? We're trying to figure out who Gilmore is. Welcome to the bar. Truth be told, we trying to figure that out too. He said, "Tell him Gilmore said it." But wait, did he just say, "I saw your motion and you used Chat GPT to put it together"? Did he accuse him of using Chat GPT? Lord, okay, the hecklers be heckling, but that one was unexpected. Okay. That's it. There's no more to that. I did go over the documents last night that were submitted. So I don't really want to go over them again, but I know a lot of people were not here last night, so they were not privy to that information. ESSAY, not Hennessy, Hennessy. Thank you. Get it right. Because YouTube be playing with me. They want to call me Hennessy. I'm not Hennessy. I'm Hennessy. Oh, you guys are watching me do this? No, y'all ain't watching me do this because I'm not sharing my screen. All right. So let me show y'all where y'all could go to find this information that I did last night. So this is, of course, my channel. This is the bar. Okay, say hey to the bar. All right, so last night I did a live. This is the live that I did where it says Diddy calls foul on the feds. Are they leaking information? Diddy's lawyers claim the feds are withholding information. So there were multiple claims that were made in the documentation that I presented last night. One of those documentations was accusing them of withholding grand jury evidence from them, and that's holding them up from being able to prepare for trial. However, they're not going to trial until next year of 2025. The feds have already pled their case with that, saying, listen, we've gotten over 40 devices from him, 5 iCloud devices from him, as well as other devices, multiple devices from third parties, as well as their iClouds. We're going through this as quickly as possible, and we will roll it out as we have gone through it. Right after that, there was that, and then there was also the motion that both parties agreed to not leak information to the media. And those documents were actually drawn up and they were submitted on October 4th. Well, last night, Diddy's team, that's when they decided to roll out what it is that they had. But they had already signed the agreement, so I'm a little confused on that. So if y'all already agreed not to leak stuff to the information, I'm reading the chat. I'm getting ready to scroll up to where Gilmore is. Thank you, Remnant of Hip Hop Past, for telling us who Gilmore is. But yes, they definitely are accusing them of leaking information. I thought they leaked that video to CNN. I don't know, but apparently someone from Homeland Security did. They've had all types of law enforcement that have spoken out and given information out that they feel shouldn't have. They also feel like they poisoned the public against Diddy by dropping the video of what happened in the Intercontinental Hotel with Diddy. So PSA, we respect all mods, chat, and the host. We don't play about Henny. Keep it cute and respect. Oh, thank you, Paula. All right, let me see what Remnants of Hip Hop said, because Remnants of Hip Hop just gave us a history on who Gilmore is. All right, Gilmore was holding a sign saying that Diddy M-worded him. Okay, so that's who was holding that sign that said the night that Diddy almost unalived me. Is that him? Let me see. They said hello to Selena. Yeah, Gilmore was holding a sign outside the courthouse today. Okay, so that was him. Okay. Wow. So that would explain why he was so hostile. Okay, India says his name is Dwight Gilmore. Said he wrote a memoir the night Puff tried to unalive me. Let me write this down because now I'm going to go look him up. I'm surprised nobody spoke to him. See, that's why I need to have my tail down there. Got it. Thank you so much for the information. I appreciate y'all. That's him? Okay. All right. Gilmore, a troll trying to make a bag off of Diddy. Brooklyn Knicks fan, you've been very outspoken with your support of Diddy. I could appreciate that, but I'm not going to say what anyone is or isn't. I'm going to research this Gilmore. Thanks, chat. I'm going to research him too because I want to know. I want to know. Well, you already know what to do. Need I say more? Let me explain something. My snipers don't play. Maybe other people play in their chats, but my snipers don't play in mine. Just a little forewarning. I don't know why they outside my window yelling like that. I don't know, y'all. But yeah, this is the video that you could watch in order to catch up with all the recent Diddy stuff. And then there is, of course, today's video, Diddy's eggs trafficking status hearing. But Diddy's bail has been denied, guys. So it's back to the drawing board for them. I am going to be looking to see what information, if any, gets released by the courts. If they're going to release transcripts or any of that stuff, you know that we're going to be on top of it. You know, me and the Henny PIs, like, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay, we have an email. Hold on, guys, because we have an email. I may be showing y'all something after all that y'all didn't get to see anywhere else. Exclusive. Hold on. Let me see what else we got. Okay, so here it is right here. All right. The Night Puff Tried to Unalive Me, a memoir. D. Gilmore. Okay. Relentless Aaron, the pen name for Dwight Gilmore, a prominent figure in the 1990s New York hip hop scene, announces the release of his latest memoir, The Night Puff Tried to Unalive Me. This gripping book offers an unvarnished look at the cutthroat world of music promotion and his harrowing confrontation with Sean Puffy Combs. Set against the backdrop of 1990s New York City, the memoir details Mr. Gilmore's journey of ambition and resilience in an era that reshaped the music industry. The book provides a candid account of his life as a young impresario, navigating the challenges and rivalries of the hip-hop world. The highlight of the memoir is the life-changing night where a seemingly ordinary encounter with Puff escalates into a high-speed chase through New York City, a testament to the polaris nature of fame and power in the entertainment industry. The Night Puff Tried to Unalive Me is more than a personal story. It's a reflection on the complexities of the entertainment industry and a testament to the enduring human spirit, says Gilmore. The book is now available for purchase online for $4. This is the link. And for more information about the book or the author, Dwight Gilmore, aka Relentless Aaron, visit our official website. So there it is right there. And the book is $4. So I guess saying that he was writing that book for profit would be an inaccurate statement. I don't know. If you're interested in the book, I will go ahead and I will put that link on the community wall. Now, here is what we have. The emails. So we're going to read these emails because this is their Exhibit A. And I guess this is what they used today in court, because here is the notice of appearance showing that, to the clerk of this court, all parties of record, please take notice that Alexandra A.E. Shapiro of Shapiro Ardo Botch LLP hereby appears as counsel for defense Sean Combs. I certify that I am admitted to practice this in this court. Okay. Hold on. Because I didn't want to go slide back and I can't be letting y'all see everything. My bad, y'all. I can't be letting y'all see everything. Oh, thank you very much, Ari. Now I gotta. Is it gonna cover it? It's not gonna cover it. Well, it kind of looks like my watermark from my other channel, right? All right, let me see. There we go. Up, even better. All right, here we go. Let's read it. This is evidence exhibit A, okay? And this is an email, it looks like, between the attorneys, because here it is, Emily Johnson, U.S. attorney, okay? She's the AUSA or the USA. And this is Diddy's lawyer, okay? And it's regarding Combs' intercontinental video. Juicy, juicy, juicy. Y'all ready? All right. So it says, Dear Mark, to be clear to our understanding, DHS did not have possession of any videotape prior to CNN's publication of it. Only the government has authority to obtain grand jury material, and the video broadcast by CNN was not obtained through grand jury process. So that was her response to him. This is what he says to her. This is what Mark says to her. Hi, Emily. Thank you for reaching out and for the call last night. We contacted you yesterday to tell you what our direction was. Invited comment from you, and we hear and appreciate what you are saying. Ultimately, I do not believe you can possibly know how DHS agents did or did not do what DHS agents did or did not do in regards to this videotape. We are making it very clear that we believe the U.S. Attorney's Office was not involved in the leak. However, we do not feel the same way about DHS, okay? So that's the Department of Homeland Security. They are accusing the department. If you missed it last night, they are accusing the Department of Homeland Security of leaking that tape to CNN, okay? Again, like I said, we reached out as a gesture of good faith and because we genuinely want to know your perspective. That being said, while you can speak from a position of knowledge in regard to your office, I do not believe you can do so in regard to the agency. This is not an issue of believing you guys or anything remotely like that. It is a matter of not knowing and controlling all aspects of the situation. If I'm missing something, please let me know. Okay. All right, so it looks like this is from Emily. This was just yesterday at 11:49 p.m. Counsel in the joint letter filed with the court today. You stated that at some point today, Mr. Combs intended to file a motion for a hearing and other remedies related to unauthorized and prejudicial leaks of grand jury information. To the extent that your motion relates to any leak of information associated with the March 5th, 2016 surveillance video at the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles, we write the following up on our conversation last night. As previously discussed, the government did not process the video published by CNN to its press release, and the government possessed no surveillance video at all from the Intercontinental prior to CNN's public broadcast. Accordingly, we wish to advise you that we consider any assertion in your motion of a purported government leak related to the Intercontinental surveillance video to lack a good faith base. So basically what they're saying now is we didn't have this video. We didn't even know anything about this video. We found out when everybody else found out. Nobody did any of this. And if you accuse the government of doing this, you're doing it with a faithless base. Oh God. Now it says the message is private. And so that was Emily A. Johnson's response to him and the accusations that were made. Now, my stance on this is somebody leaked this information, whether it was the government, whether it was the Intercontinental Hotel, because if it was not the government, I am going to, I left that up here. I'm getting annoyed. I'm sorry, Selena. I left that. Oh, Migo. I bet you he ate my sandwich. R.I.P. to my sandwich. I know he ate my sandwich because he has not been up here with me in a long time. He didn't got up on my bed and ate my sandwich. I know he did. I'm sorry. That's a sidebar. I'm trying to hold it together because it's my sandwich. I got it. If you're from New York, you're going to understand what I'm about to say. We all have that favorite bodega, Italian store, like the deli, the Italian delis. We all have those stores that make the perfect sandwich that you just chef kiss, right? Like, oh yeah, every time you get that sandwich, it hits the spot. That was that sandwich. Yes, Selena, I ordered that when we were on the phone. That's what I left the video to go get. And I left it on the bed because I was like, all right, let me go clean up a little bit, go catch this Diddy stuff. And then I'm going to go eat my sandwich, eat my sour cream and onion chips, drink my Pepsi, have an unhealthy lunch. You got to have that sandwich. You got to have the chips and you got to get that burp. He ate my sandwich. I'm not even going to go in there because I'm going to be mad. Let's continue with where we were. Okay. Is it hard for people to believe that it's possible that this dog ate my sandwich? I'm sorry. You get back in here. Come here. You licking your lips. You must have ate it. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to the topic at hand. Okay, it's nothing like a bodega sandwich. Oh, let's have a moment of silence for the sandwich. R.I.P. sandwich. Okay, I'm back. Is it hard for people to believe that it's possible that one of the workers who was there that day actually has a copy of the tape, or they actually took the tape themselves? Now, I won't go as far as to say took the tape themselves, because I believe that Diddy probably took that tape. But is it hard to believe that that's a possibility, that a person who worked at the hotel has been holding on to this tape? I say it's not that hard to fathom that maybe they held on to the tape. But I'm sorry. In this instance, I'm on Diddy's side because y'all raided his house. The tape came out right after Justin Combs made that diss song telling y'all that y'all went to the wrong house. It came out right after that. Let me see if I can find it. I'm sorry, Christian. Okay. Here we go. Let's weigh it out. All right. Diddy's son drops a diss track about Fed's raid. 50 Cent has an opinion. Diss track alert. This is one's personal. One of Sean Diddy Combs' sons just dropped a new song, and it contains a ton of references to his famous father's recent legal trials. Christian Combs, pick a side, is chock full of NSFW lyrics with the March 25th raids on Diddy's mansions in LA and Miami Beach as part of a federal eggs trafficking investigation. The probe stemmed from producer Rodney Little Rod Jones' $30 million lawsuit filed in February, which we're finding out it may have had something to do with it, but it was Cassie's case. Police raid the crib like they think we selling crack, but we selling tracks. Raps King, who was briefly detained at Diddy's LA home while Homeland Security officials searched the premises. Dad was across the country, seen talking with agents at Opalaka Airport after the private jet was intercepted. In another verse, King says, knock these doors down like them Fetty boys running both cribs. Too bad they ain't know we bought the one next door because that one missed. I might not be able to find the original date of when surveillance video dropped. Okay, wait. So he made this on what date? March 14th, right? We're going to go with let's see if I can find CNN. That says, I'm sorry, May 14th. My bad. May 14th, that dropped. Do you see what this says? Diddy Combs says he's truly sorry for physical. Okay. This says May 17th. Let's see, 19 hours ago. See, this is why 18 hours ago. Try to find the original. 18 hours ago. May 23rd, Cassie Ventura has shared Diddy's apology. So his apology video was about a couple days later, which means that the video dropped right after King Combs made that diss track. Right after. So it's a little hard for me to believe, because remember, I was making jokes talking about, all right, they better stop, because Diddy, what happened? Diddy went out there, he was riding bikes with Stevie J, acting like he's living his best life, and they dropped some stuff. And then he did that video, he did that diss track, and then a couple days later, boom, the Cassie thing came out, and that's when he went whitewater rafting, and I said he better stop trying to act like he living the good life before they end up dropping something else. And instead of them dropping something else, they actually came and picked him up. They said, we done with you out here trying to act like you ain't got no federal case wavering over your head. You done. We taking you in. We gonna stop all of these shenanigans. You're not gonna shenan again. You gonna go sit down somewhere, and we gonna keep you here. So yeah, I feel like it's possible that somebody from the inside dropped it. That's too much of a coincidence, guys. Now, you know, I'm going to be fair. People ain't going to like when I say certain things. They're going to be mad. Oh, Henny, I thought that you were saying no. What I'm saying is I can see where that could be possible. Why was that guy talking? Is he even on this case? Which guy? You talking about the paralegal that came out? No, I believe the paralegal that came out and said what he said is somebody who was sitting in the court watching. I know I do some guessing, but it's not hard to see Diageo's stock falling, Diddy suing, and BlackRock, their main equity partner, making moves. BlackRock owns parts in 90% of all media, including CNN. Yes, indeed. I don't want to talk about BlackRock, though. I don't want to have my channel taken away. I'm already scuffling in the algorithm as it is, and I don't know why. I think because I've said something that pissed some people off that may have pushed my channel down into the algorithm, because this is what's happened to me before whenever I've opened my mouth and said some things that I probably shouldn't have said out loud on lives. I was blackballed on Facebook a long time ago because of some stuff that I said. So I didn't want to talk about BlackRock because that's something that could actually get my channel to where I'm only having 5 people in my lives. Because I went from 600 people to my lives to this. So, but yes, I'm here with you. I'm here. We're here. We're here. We're here. You see me eye to eye with you? That's why I keep bringing up Diageo. 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 Maybe I should just go ahead and just give y'all the information that slid across my desk. Hold on. Some people are saying, oh, Sandwich Girl NYC. Why is your name that? Damn, Henny, why you got to be live same time as Candace? Candace who? Candace Owens? Oh, Lord. I'm competing with Candace. I'm not competing with Candace. Some people are saying they're coming after Diddy, meaning the liquor company called Diageo. The crazy thing is I'm from the Bronx, New York, and the radio station and everyone else in the industry been knew about Puff. This is true. Because I got a little shop. You should come. I just talked about how I think my dog ate my sandwich. Let me see if it's in this phone so that I can send it to myself, and then I will go ahead and I will get this info to y'all. I think it is in this phone. Boom. Yep, it is. It is. So let me email that to myself. All right. So while that emails, let me go ahead and let me send this to myself as well so that we can take a gander. Because there are some things that are being put out there that I do feel like there could be something to them. Okay. And I know a lot of people probably are not going to want to go down this road with me. But we might as well. Is she talking about Candace Owens? Am I live at the same time as Candace? Because I don't understand. Because right now I'm kind of feeling away because I don't understand what's going on. I know people want the information, so I just don't know where everybody is. All right. That's all right because I got a pretty decent replay gang. Let's check my email. It has not gotten here yet. No. 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 I'm waiting. Well, I could just read it to y'all if push comes to shove. Nope. Or I could do this. Hold on, because this is about Diageo. Oh. Now, in this thing that I am about to read off to y'all, this is about Diageo, okay? And Diageo has basically become a part of the liquor caucus. Okay. Thank you for the Cash App. I appreciate you. I'm going to start reading it here. And once it comes through, I will then pull it up on the screen for you guys. So it says how a major merger could shake up the spirits industry. Here we go. Boom. Just like that. There it is. Now let me pull this up on the screen so y'all can see right along with me. Which screen do I want? I mean, we could just use this screen. It is fine. I'm going to put this up here. So it'll be half a screen for you, but a full screen for me. So this comes from barons.com, and this is the article, okay? And it says, how a major merger could shake up the spirits industry. This was written on March 27th of 2019, shortly after Diddy's home was raided. Okay, speculation has swirled since February that Pernod Ricard, the world's second largest spirits conglomerate, could be acquired by Diageo, the world's largest. There could also be an assistant in the form of a joint bid from LVMH. Okay, this is not the article, but this is very interesting. I'm looking for this one. Oh, I'm looking for this. Okay. Hold on, because that's not what I'm talking about. That's not it. Oh, let me find out they got rid of it. No, that's not it. Oh, I can't find it. Oh, they got rid of it. They got rid of it. It was on Barron's. This is not what I was looking at, though, because this is not the article. This is about Diageo, yes, but this was not the article. The article that I'm looking for was talking about a new bar that opened up in Congress. I'm going to find that and share it with you. I'm going to find it and share it with y'all because Barron's had it posted. Now, that right there is suspect within itself, because in the article that I was reading, they were talking about how there was a new bar that opened up in Washington, and that you could not get into this bar unless you were invited in by someone from the caucus. And the caucus is the liquor caucus. Now, I don't remember the exact terminology that was used for it, but I'm going to try to find this because this deals with Congress. This deals with all types of people at the government level. And it is definitely a breadcrumb into the conspiracies about Diageo being the ones who put the feds on Diddy. Now, I will say this. I believe that there is something there when it comes down to that family, because that family is connected to old money. Okay. Give me a second. I can't believe he ate my sandwich. I'm still stuck on my sandwich because that's all I was thinking about. Now, I went through their brands, okay? We went through their brands before, the brands that they represent. And this is a part of their portfolio, okay? But I want you to know something. A lot of these brands are old money, okay? They are old money. Let me see if I click on it, if it'll tell you. 100 years in Thailand. Shoot. I got to start coming live when I do things, when I find things, coming live immediately and giving y'all the information. But you see this legendary Scotch whiskey brands, okay? Black Label, that is Johnny Walker, Okay, they do Guinness Stout, but Johnny Walker and all of that is one of their good ones. But I will also, I gotta put this together for y'all. Not the wine caucus. There's an actual liquor board that they have. I'm mad I can't find it. I'm still trying to find it behind the scenes. I'm going to find it. I'm going to find it. I cannot find it right now. I'm going to find it. Now I'm going to want to get off the live just so that I could go look for it. Because not only that, I actually went into, I wonder if it's on here. Where's investors? Was it in their investors? There's something I went into with them. Y'all see this? Our performance in 2024. So far, they have made operating profits. This is crazy. I've gone into a history. Right here. Now, I want y'all to look at this. This is the timeline of all of these brands that Diageo represents, okay? So, here we go. This is going up to 2022. So, we're going to start here. 1627, the story begins. The first record of Hodge family, the oldest family in Scotch whiskey distilleries. This is one of their partners. Dates back to 1627. Okay. Arthur Guinness. Okay. So y'all think that y'all drinking that Guinness Stout and all of that? Arthur Guinness, the Guinness family, 1759, they established. Johnny Walker whiskey was established in 1820. Tanqueray, Charles Tanqueray, opens for business 1830. Smirnoff, okay? Smirnoff opens a distillery in Russia and begins making vodka using a revolutionary charcoal filtering process in 1864. Crown Royal, 1939. Crown Royal is created to celebrate the historic visit of King George IV and Queen Elizabeth to Canada. I think it's the 4th. Don't quote me on that. 1974, Bailey's original Irish cream liqueur launches. And then 1997, Diageo, a new company, is born. Diageo is formed through the merger of Grand Metropolitan and who? Guinness. Guinness goes back to when, ladies and gentlemen? 1759. Okay? These are all brands that are attached to Diageo. Now, Burger King, you would not expect them to be connected with Burger King. In 2000, Diageo consolidates its operations. Diageo sells food assets, including Burger King and Pillsbury, to focus on premium drinks. So they had their hands in Burger King and Pillsbury as well. They let that go just to focus on alcohol spirits. 2001, Captain Morgan comes on board. Okay, they acquired some of the Seagram spirits and wine business, which includes brands such as Captain Morgan and Crown Royal. But Crown Royal's money goes back to where? They launched Drink IQ in 2008. In 2013, Diageo acquires stake in United States Limited. Diageo completes the first stage acquisition of United Spirits Limited, becoming a major shareholder in India's leading spirit company. 2013, Diageo partners on innovation. Diageo partners with Distill Ventures on a seller programme that offers alcohol entrepreneurs a route to cash investments. 2015, Diageo acquires Don Julio. 2017, Diageo acquires fast-growing tequila, Casamigos. Okay. And 2019, Diageo adds a new brand to the portfolio. Chinese, I don't know how to say that. 2022, Diageo launches Spirits of Progress. And in 2020, Diageo acquires Aviation Gin. Okay, 2021, Diageo expands in Mexico. 2021, Diageo acquires Chase Distillery. 2021, Diageo breaks ground on its first carbon neutral distilleries. And 2021, Johnny Walker Prince Street raises the bar for visitors' experience. Now, I read you all of this because I want y'all to go back to what I said about them being connected to old money. This is old money brands. These are old money brands. This is kind of old too. But I'm going to focus on 1939 all the way back to 1627. Those are families that have had money over money over money over money. Exactly, truth be told. They got their hands on money for sure. They acquired a lot. Old money for real, for real. And this is on their website. But they're not expecting people to go just and dig and look and put pieces together. So when people are saying that this Diageo case had their hands in this, I believe it. I believe it. People aren't going to go digging around their website. And the people that do aren't going to give a damn about none of this stuff. They're not expecting us to figure it out. I wish I could find that article in Barron's about the caucus, about the new bar that they built in Washington, where Diageo donated the barrels, and there's a lot of their brands that are in that bar, and you cannot, it's exclusive. It's exclusive. I can't find it. I'm looking, guys, because that ties them into Washington. And what's in Washington? Feds, Homeland Security, hobnobbing at the bar. I don't put anything past. That's not to say that he didn't do any of what he's being accused of doing. But what it's saying is they have the power and the influence to be able to make a problem like this in a person's life. But I want y'all to also look at this, because I'm looking at Bay and Jay sideways. How many of y'all know about Sir Davis? Let me take this down for a second. Henny glasses in the chat if you know about Sir Davis. I don't see nobody putting a Henny glass in the chat. Y'all never heard about Sir Davis? Okay. Let's find out about Sir Davis together. Okay, truth be told, heard about Sir Davis. Let's get into Sir Davis and drop your jaws, not your draws. Drop your jaws. Sir Davis is a whiskey. I gotta go big, y'all. It's a whiskey that was launched. Beyonce launches whiskey inspired by Moonshiner Grandfather. Why is this so damn big? It wasn't just this big. Hold on. There we go. This is Sir Davis. Moet Hennessy and Beyonce have teamed up to launch a new whiskey called Sir Davis. It's been masterminded by Bill Lumsden, a distiller behind LVMH-owned Scottish single malt whiskeys. Hold on. Because where did we hear that? Where did we hear that? Didn't we just hear about those same initials? Hold on. Y'all go. Don't y'all come for me. Didn't we just read this in this Diageo article in Barron? Isn't the LVMH there? There could be an assist in the form of a joint bid from LVMH. What is LVMH? Y'all want to know what LVMH is? LVMH, or Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy. Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, LVMH. I'm just reading. So let's read this and then read the Beyonce article. Let's read this. Speculation has swirled since February. We read that part already, okay? The world's second largest spirits conglomerate could be acquired by Diageo, the world's largest. There could also be an assist in the form of a joint bid for LVMH, already represented in the spirits world with its Moet Hennessy division. There's much to be sorted, through in the discussion, including whether or not it would make sense for both parties, what would need to be done to sign on the dotted line, and what it would mean for consumers. Now pause, put a pin in that for a second, because let me go back here for a second. And let me bring y'all where I'm going. Oh, wait a minute. Now, when I first did this, Hennessy was on here. I don't see Hennessy on their website anymore. I don't see Hennessy on the website anymore. Do y'all see it? Because I don't see it. They're going to make me go back to my old video because I know. Hold on. Let's click on here because I know I'm not crazy. I know I saw Hennessy. There you go. I was about to say, baby, I know I saw Hennessy on their list. I know I did. And here it is, right here. Hennessy. Hennessy. And what site we on? The Diageo site. Did I lose y'all? Or are y'all following me? Are y'all following me down this rabbit hole? Put your tinfoil koofies on because we going down the rabbit hole. Okay? We going down the rabbit hole because Hennessy is their brand, is one of their brands. It's one of their partners. Brands. This is our brands. We're under our brands, Brand Explorer. Okay, Yvonne said you with me. Truth be told, said you with me. Okay? No, they don't own me. Now let's get back over here. Let's big the screen again because they want to try to give us ads and we don't want the ads. We want to read this. So now we know Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy is the company. Moet Hennessy and Beyonce have teamed up to launch a new whiskey called Sir Davis. Hand in my bottle, the whiskey up high, Beyonce sings on her latest album, Cowboy Carter, released earlier this year. Now it seems she may have a specific brand in mind. On Tuesday, the 32-time Grammy winner unveiled her latest business endeavor, a luxury whiskey inspired by her prohibition-busting great-grandfather. The brand is a joint venture between Beyonce and Moet Hennessy, the drinks division of luxury conglomerate LVMH, Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy. Okay? Which owns dozens of wines, champagnes, and spirit labels, including the Veuve, I don't know how to say that, and Dom Perignon. Hold on one second. I did not go back and show y'all that. Wait a minute. I wanted to go here for a second. I'm going to show y'all in a minute. I don't see that. Okay. All right, let's go back over here. Let me share with y'all. Promising an unexpected take on American whiskey, the drink is named Sir Davis in honor of the singer's parental great-grandfather, Davis Hodge, a farmer in the Prohibition era moonshiner. Hodge stashed liquor bottles in the empty knots of cedar trees for friends and kin to find and enjoy, according to a press release. There is her drink. This is a deal that she now has with Diageo. That Jay-Z has knowledge of. Are we still wondering why Jay-Z is not saying anything? Let me see if I could do this for y'all. Since we down the rabbit hole and y'all seem to like to come down this rabbit hole with me, let's do this. Let's do this just for and giggles. September 4th of 2024, Beyonce Knowles launched her American whiskey brand, Sir Davis. September 4th, right? I spelled it wrong. He got arrested September 16th. And she launched her brand on September 4th. I ain't saying he did it. I'm just saying y'all wanted me to go down a tinfoil koofy rabbit hole, and I did. Oh no, it's still there, Queen Grandma Rocks. It's still there. It's on another page. It's not on the main page. When you go to their brands, you actually have to go into the brands to actually look. All I'm gonna say is Diageo, I just proved to y'all. They have their hands. They're connected to old money. I'm gonna find that article come hella high water that shows that they have their hands in a bar in Washington that is exclusive, that you cannot just walk in. You have to be invited in. Okay. I'm going to show y'all all of this and connect the dots, because when I say that I believe they have something to do with it, I believe they have something to do with it, but that does not mean that he did not do some of the things that are being alleged. I question these 120 people that have stepped forward. But yes, I didn't get there yet. Buttercup. But LVMH is also the parent company of Rihanna's Fenty Beauty and Skin. Yes, it is. And Rihanna is also connected to who? Y'all type it down in the chat. Rihanna's connected to who? Jay-Z is now in bed with Diageo through his wife. Why he been so quiet? That's his man's. He didn't give a statement. He went to the courthouse. He ain't said nothing. The only thing Jay-Z did was the day after Diddy got arrested was showed up in New York and send Piers Morgan a cease and desist on Jaguar Wright. But if you want to know why he ceased and desisted Piers Morgan, I got the video on my channel. Y'all want to see it? I'm going to show y'all. Let's go to my channel real quick. Go here. We're going to share this. And then we're going to go down here. We're going to go no. All right. Let me pull this up for y'all. Do not come copyright striking my channel. Okay. So now we're going to get into this clip from the interview that was done the other day. No, this is not the screen that I like. So let us fix that. Yeah, there we go. We get to the part that I like because y'all like it when I like it. All right. So now let's hear what Jaguar had to say about Jay-Z when it came down to R. Kelly.
Well, because the Me Too movement was a ruse. It was a setup. It was a scam. I'm saying that now, publicly. Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail. Get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing to see what's right there.
Do you think?
So I found. Now that was about Robert Kelly. And then I went into why Jay-Z would want to get his lick back from R. Kelly. We're gonna find it because it ain't been scrubbed completely. Ooh, yeah. Even though Pierce Morgan has decided to issue an apology and edit that version out of his programming. Let's see if this young lady was ever so bold as to keep it in there. It looks like she was. All right. So we're going to listen to what Jaguar had to say because I don't care what nobody says. I stand with Jag. I don't believe that she is just some simple conspiracy theorist. I believe some things actually happened to Jaguar. I believe that she does have some insight into some things. Who is this channel? Daily Dose of Dana. Shout out to her.
You made headlines after comments where you called him a sex.
Him and his cohorts are all.
Understand, how bad was it, do you think, what was going on?
I'm going to tell you right now that me, as a woman who has been in the industry for over 30 years, I've been performing live since I was 13. My first handler was McKinley Horton.
I don't want to go through this entire thing.
To find out 25 years later that a scar that was on his forces everyone and
hold on.
One person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter.
That's Jay-Z.
This has been a fist of tyranny that has been punching through our culture and our society for decades. It must stop.
There's been obviously.
Okay, so she goes off on, and you can watch the entire thing. And then Vlad comes on.
Okay, so she
and he's
did
like,
not.
I don't know who the.
She did not actually show us the whole thing. She skipped over to the parts that she wanted, but I want the Jaguar part about Jay-Z because. Okay. I'm gonna find it. Don't worry. Now, there is somebody I just found. I'm not too sure if I'm going to like him, but we're here for Jaguar. We're not really here for him. So let's let it rip.
He's been notable by his silence since these charges were brought against Diddy. Why do you think that is?
Because that's what he does. He starts little fires everywhere, forces everyone involved to go and carry water while he sneaks away without.
Yo, we gonna rewind that. Yo, look at her. Yo, she is a storyteller, B. She is a story
response that changes now, Sean.
It changes now, Sean.
You must respond.
You must.
You have no choice.
You must,
Harvey
Jay-Z.
Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter.
that she brings us. I didn't know this. And get the fuck picture me through her. That's fucked up.
The most dangerous people I've ever knowledge of him.
He is as a person.
I think he's one of the most dangerous people I've ever met. A lot of people have been questioning, well, she doesn't really know him. She has no knowledge of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smarter than Claudia Jordan. I would never take a picture with the devil. Everyone knew he was the devil. He's been the devil for 30 years. He's been covered and protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucian. Everyone knew he was of him. She doesn't have a picture with him. I'm smart.
We're gonna skip him.
Said like
you to rape it for all of the culture protected.
Come on.
Protected by not only Clive Davis, but Lucian Grange. He was selected to be the demon that he is to keep the culture in line so the industry could continue to rape it for all of its precious jewels. We have too many lost. The list of lost is ridiculous. And everyone knows Diddy was selected for this job. He's the Judas.
Do you think that if he's cornered,
Can I
in the way
answer
that
that?
he's been now,
Can I answer that? Can I in a room full to that clown job change the way I talk
You see,
to these areas?
the fact that he's not saying more now only means that the people who have been protecting him all along, who put him in position to be such a horror to the Black community, still find value in him.
She's talking about
He's got
Jay-Z.
everybody on tape.
Oh no, she's still talking about Diddy.
They all know it.
for those who were never at these freak off parties, what were they like?
What was that? What was that? Hold on. What was that little drama top?
That's why the movie Blink Twice is so important.
Oh,
Salute to Zoe Kravitz.
Well, she got props. I ain't gonna lie. I'm probably gonna watch that movie tonight. Not because of
my own tapes.
Evil the other night. That was dope. And I'm gonna do the whole Blink Twice. I'm gonna watch that. There's ties to it, to like this type of topic. But not because of she saying this shit, but there she came with props. Huh? Okay.
So this guy here that is talking is one of those people that clearly does not like Jack. Okay. Jaguar Wright sang for Jay-Z. She's on the Unplugged concert with him. If you go back and watch Unplugged, she's the one. She's the one who's singing on Song Cry. Jay-Z knows him. Knows her. This guy is clearly a Jigga Man fan. And we all were Jigga Man fans. But, you can't let your fandom actually outweigh what's in front of your face. There's too many coincidences. And I'm sorry. Coincidences do not mean that they are just that. Coincidences, I feel like no, there's something there. Okay, that's just my personal stance on it. And yes, I'm gonna keep skipping him because it's like I'm trying to hear what she's saying. And unfortunately, because Pierce has taken it down, it's hard for us to gather clips. I will find the clip myself somewhere on TikTok or something, and I will post it. I should have probably went there, but we're here now.
The sex workers that I have worked with throughout the years and continue to work with even to this day have worn hidden cameras. I have my own tapes.
Oh. And you here to like that's you in after the victim. No
behaviors. The
offer. What the fuck?
What they do. The ritualistic behaviors. The drugging. Putting girls in the suitcases. Dumping them in alleyways. It's horrifying.
Let me say this. When she mentioned that right there about young girls being dumped in the alleyways and suitcases and stuff like that, it makes me wonder because I asked this question when we started hearing about all of the ketamines and the GHB and all that other stuff that was going on, right? I want to know where the bodies are because I'm quite sure that in not just these freak offs, I'm talking about in all of these ritualistic type of parties that they have, the Hollywood parties, the mansion parties that we keep hearing about. You walk into these parties and they take your cell phone and you sign an NDA, and everyone keeps saying that if you walk past the wrong room, you're going to see the wrong thing. All of those parties. I'm wondering where the bodies are. Are these the Johns and Jane Does that we're finding on the sides of roads? Are these the people that go missing that we never hear from again, that family members say, okay, well, I haven't heard from them in a week, and all of a sudden these people just randomly disappear, but what it is they went to one of these parties? I'm curious because you can't possibly be having illegal substances consumed at such a high volume and they're so free, right? It's like a buffet, a smorgasbord of them. You can't tell me that people aren't turning up unalived.
That's true. That shit happened.
And it's
I believe
all
that
done
happened. That's
under
true.
the protection of this is going to be paid off. There's another NDA. This is going to be, it's terrible.
I agree. People went through shit and get paid off. I agree.
It seems to have been something that people, a lot of people knew about, but people were simply too scared to talk about.
Everyone knows. And every person that's sitting there trying to act surprised knows very well. The whole point of this, like Cat Williams said when he sat with Shay Shay earlier this year, the whole point of this is for them in a coordinated effort to pretend like none of it is real for the public's perception. But everyone knows what's going on, and it's been going on for years. It's been going on before Diddy.
Mm-hmm.
See, people keep looking at him like he's
let me bring that one back
that
up
came
here.
out of nowhere.
I think there is very, very clear to say we're not just shit the things that are that so scoring nature many years.
We got to
let's
stop
do it.
making
Let's do it, D
ditties.
Bizzle. Shout out to the members. Let's do it. Right back. We right back. We right back. Today I got time. Happy Friday. Why don't let me see if I
They're going to bring up the fact that nobody has brought up a defamation
she's running
lawsuit
around
about
talking
her.
ignoring
But this
shit.
is true. This has been my argument, and a lot of us have said the same thing
that came out and
about Jaguar saying all that she said, and nobody has come out and hit her with a defamation lawsuit. That's curious to me.
And if we're going to do that, then we got to go back. We got to go back to even further the mentors of these people. Because Diddy was taught how to do what he does systematically. And Clyde Davis has been his greatest teacher.
Look, Clive Davis is not here to respond to that, nor is Jay-Z. But a lot of people, famous people in the music industry, have been notable, like I say, by their silence so far. It's also been notable that since the Me Too campaign began in 2017, the music industry has largely avoided the same scrutiny that other industries have had. Why do you think that is?
And real quick, on that same topic, we just talking about Jay-Z. Like, if it wasn't a freedom of speech thing or people just ignoring her, like, yo, back to the big screen, y'all, fuck it. And people just ignoring her, then it wouldn't just be Jay-Z's already enough to deal with. You know what the type of power he comes with if he's looking to send his legal team? Like, imagine if Clive Davis and Diddy and Jay-Z said, yo, we don't like this person. That's a big problem.
Since me,
it's a truth. However, no one has come for her. No one has refuted her. And she said a lot of stuff about a lot of people So when people start saying conspiracy theory this, conspiracy theorist that, I have to question, if it was all a lie, why would she be allowed for so many years to be able to do this? Just asking a question. Because to me, the conspiracies that they're saying she's putting out there, they come to fruition. They seem to have some basis to them. I'm going to continue.
Too began in 2017, the music industry has largely avoided the same kind of scrutiny that other industries have had. Why do you think that is?
Well, because the Me Too movement was a ruse. It was a setup. It was a scam. I'm saying that now.
Shit was hilarious.
Publicly. Dream Hampton spearheaded the Surviving R. Kelly campaign, which it fueled the Me Too campaign. And that was all funded by Sean Carter to make sure that Robert Kelly went to jail. Get his lick back. Why is nobody understanding that Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter? They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because...
Now, I heard that it was both Jay-Z and Diddy that funded the Me Too. I don't know. I haven't found any documentation, but I will dig.
He was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane that people keep refusing to see what's right there. If the Me Too movement were real, why aren't they speaking now? They've also been very quiet in this time of the diddler's downfall.
Jaguar,
Guess they're on vacation.
if this goes to court, Jaguar, do you think that the world is going to be shocked by what comes out?
Oh, absolutely. I just don't know why they are. It's been happening in front of everyone's faces for decades. For decades.
How many victims?
What's the difference between me and Judy Garland? Social media.
How many victims?
There was none for her.
How many victims potentially do you think there could be?
Thousands. Thousands. I've talked to hundreds that I deal with still myself. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well. They're a nasty little couple. They do nasty things.
Oh, shit. She said they're nasty little.
What do you think happened?
So that is what he wanted taken out. Okay. No desist sent to Jag. I don't care what anyone else says. I believe her. In my opinion, Diageo has something to do with Diddy's downfall. I'm with you, Henny. Thank you. We are here. Okay. Jaguar has been speaking out for years. Okay. She didn't just come out the woodworks months ago. She's been out here speaking out. She's been blowing the whistle loudly. And so a lot of people don't want to actually correlate Diddy, Diageo, Jay-Z, conspiracy. Well, I just laid some groundwork out for y'all. And I just showed y'all how I'm coming up with my theories with Diageo. Again, I'm not saying that he didn't do anything and that his hands are clean and that this is all a ruse. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is he went after Diageo, who has all of this old money that goes back into the 1600s. They're connected to money from the 1600s. Do you hear me? That's a lot of power and privilege that they're connected and in bed with. So that means that they have reach, pull, access. I know Diddy felt like there was racism and discrimination that was going on against him, but I'm going to say this. You need to learn to pick your enemies. You are a little black boy from Harlem and Mount Vernon, New York, who was taken under the wing and who was supposed to be whatever it was they molded you to be, whatever you were trained to be. And instead of backing out of your brand and going over here, you picked the fight. He picked a fight with Diageo. You don't see DeLeon being listed anywhere. Ciroc was theirs. We read the lawsuit. That was not Diddy's vodka. He was just the face of the vodka. And he was mad that they were using him to tap into the old urban culture. And he wanted to be out of that. He wanted to be able to get into the whitewashed markets with some of his competitors. But they came in and they got him because they wanted the urban dollar. They wanted the hip hop and urban communities dollar. And so it became a hip hop and urban drink where it was only being marketed in the hood. They want to take his money and his position away from him. Oh, hell yeah, Ciroc was nasty. And DeLeon gave you a headache. I don't drink vodka. But I tasted Ciroc. I didn't like it. I'm not a vodka girl. I don't like the way it makes me feel the next morning. I'm a tequila and a Hennessy girl. But he came in for a purpose. That was a struggling vodka brand. They needed help with that vodka brand. It was only bringing in $40,000 a year. If you don't believe me, go watch the video. I did a video on the lawsuit and unredacted it and read it. We've been on here for an hour and some change. We might as well just go ahead and get all of this out of the way, and I'll just chop it down into shorter videos later because let's watch this together. Let's watch this. And I'm going to give you my commentary on this. People can ignore the Diageo aspect all they want to, but I'm not one of those people. I believe the Diageo aspect of things that set this into motion. Cassie's lawyers, yeah, they're the same firm that the Diageos are linked to. Think about that. Think about that. What we're going to do right now is I'm going to share with y'all a little bit of Dame Dash. Okay. Dame Dash. I guess this is his podcast, America New Network. Okay. And he talked about a lot of different things on here. So I'm going to play a little bit of it. We're going to discuss a little bit of it. And then I'll probably play the rest of it on my Clubhouse tonight. And that video from Clubhouse will be available tomorrow. But we're going to talk about this just a little bit because, yeah.
The fact that he's just in a lot of pictures and he's over there a lot, objectively, you kind of have to wonder. It's kind of hard not to. You know, like for me, it's a little different because, you know, I once knew him, not in about, 20 years. And, I know Puff. So it's like the stuff that I'm hearing, like even the stuff that's already been admitted, like, you know, the pause, the freak off parties. It's like shocking to me, the reality of that was going on and I didn't know.
Now he's saying that it's shocking to him that the reality of it is that this was going on and I didn't know. Okay. I don't want to talk bad about Dame Dash. He's been through a lot, but I don't know how you wouldn't know when everyone in the industry, including Lord Jamar, has talked about how everyone had heard about these parties. But we're going to let Dame continue.
So right in this moment, like almost anything is possible. Like I would hear certain rumors and they were just too far-fetched to me. But the accusations that are being made, they're beyond the stuff that I was even hearing about. So again, I would hope that he doesn't and was not involved in any of these things, just regardless to whether they were illegal or not. Just
okay, so he doesn't have firsthand knowledge, but he did hear about it.
Morally, you know, it would be shocking to me, and I'm sure to the rest of the world, if he gets caught up in that. But the way they're painting this picture on TikTok and virally, and you know, a lot of the things that are being said often, it's hard not to trigger suspicion. You know.
Now, there's been suspicion for a very long time. It is hard not to trigger suspicion, but we have the documentation that backs this up. And I'm sorry, even if, let's just say that Cassie, hypothetically speaking, made up 65% of what was going on in her court documents. The fact that there is a video now that backs up the physical abuse, the fact that Kid Cudi has admitted that it is true that his vehicle was blown up, that gives validity. It stamps validation onto the claims that are being made, especially when they're starting to sound the same. Different settings, different scenarios, but same outcome every time.
No, it's just natural.
So, what are your thoughts on Jaguar Wright being mentioned all over national news?
Well, you know, again, like for a long time, or at least I would say like the last couple of months or year, at least a year, I've been seeing on social media and TikTok, you know, like bodyguards and, you know, Jaguar and different people saying extreme things. But, you know, it just seemed like it was just at social media. But when it goes to a national outlet like that and pop culture, number one, I think about it as a businessman from like my perspective. I'm like, I know how many people and how many deals that I didn't do because of people being afraid of what has been said in the newspaper. You know, whether it's true or not, people just don't like any exposure when it comes to big business, because most of the time it's not that person's money and they can't mess it up. They might get fired. So
did you hear what he said? A lot of times it's not that person's money. They can't mess it up or they might get fired. So he's speaking to some of the things that are going on, that there's money being funneled in that people are using to do things, but you can't mess that money up because it ain't yours.
You play it safe. When someone gets on a national platform like that and it's said where everyone, that's not really good for business. I don't see how anybody would be able to continue to do business with someone after those kind of accusations are made. So in my mind, I'm like, well, I guess now he's going to have to regulate that. Like, I know just from my personal experience how bad that is for business. And for defamation, when you go into court, you have to prove that you lost money, and whatever money you lost based on what that person said, if you could prove it to be untrue, then they're responsible for that. So just to me, to forget about popular opinion just for business, I feel like, I'd be surprised if that's not regulated in some legal way. And if not, then that's going to make me really curious. Now, the things that she's saying, the thing about her is like sometimes there's a lot of truth to what she's saying based on my personal experience. I'm not going to say she's completely accurate all the time, but some of the things she said were things that I was actually thinking, but I was like, I could never say that because people would say I'm hating.
So as you can see, Dame Dash is stamping validation on some of the things that Jaguar says. Like I said, I believe majority of what Jaguar says. I don't think she's always on point, but I believe that a lot of the things she has said to be true, especially when it came down to this Diddy stuff. I believed her. And look at where we are. See, it's all the time. Jag and Cat both have said this, that someone tried to get them in jail or unalive. Nobody is going to do that unless they know real ish. That's a fact, because they have tried to unalive Jaguar. Okay, several times. Critical thinking available right here at Hennessy Reviews. If you want to be a critical thinker, stay tuned and join this amazing channel. Oh, wow, I like that. Thank you, Gold Digger.
But I know for a fact
for the
that,
super chat.
The thing she said, like the thing that the thing they all have in common is, R. Kelly and Puff and the Weinstein and Epstein. I know that my personal experience with the Weinstein, that I walked away, and I did pay in full with them, and because it ain't like I have to see somebody doing something so extreme and dark that that's what I wait to walk away. There's small indicators, like if you're robbing people or you're talking to people bad, I don't want to be a part of that, so I'm not working with you.
Now, I will tell you this. Matter of fact, I ain't going to tell y'all. I've just been dropping bomb after bomb after bomb. I'm going to have to chop this video up into small pieces for y'all because it's a lot of information. Okay, let me get to this for you and you. Okay. Where is it? All right. Shake up the spirits industry. That's not it. I'm gonna find it for y'all. I'm gonna let him keep talking while I look.
But so I walked away from Weinstein, and then homie did do business with him. When it came down to R. Kelly, there was a conversation had about the moralness, like it's morally wrong to do a project with someone that we know raped my girl or raped anybody for that matter. So I do know that conversation was had, and I was really surprised that he moved forward with that relationship. I don't know Epstein, so I never had the chance to walk away from him. But I do know that when that project did come out, I didn't want any part of that project. I didn't want any of the money to go to Rockefeller or me when it came to Rockefeller. It was around the time that Jay was trying to kind of separate himself from us. And he was saying that he didn't want to be a part anymore. And we resolved that issue with, look, if you want, because he wanted me to dilute and he wanted Biggs to dilute. And I wasn't diluting because I know what I mean and what I do for business. And Biggs was ready to dilute. But our OG, Deuce from St. Croix, kind of stepped in and was like, that's not right.
So now he's speaking about Epstein and all of the stuff that is going on. Divert your eyes to here. United States District Court of the Southern District of New York. Okay. Charlene Y. Latham, David Latham. Okay. Those are the defendants. And they're going against Lewis as the, well, they're going against, this was an order of dismissal for a case. Okay. But listen to the background. Plaintiff Charlene Y. Latham filed this complaint on her own behalf. Plaintiff number 1, and on behalf of her parents, David G. Latham and Tracy Y. Latham, plaintiff number 2 and number 3, respectively, and their other children and grandchildren, plaintiffs Jane Doe 1 through 10, plaintiff James Doe's 1 through 5. The 35 named defendants include the New York City individuals such as Harvey Weinstein, Sean Carter, Beyonce Knowles, Kanye West, Robert Kelly, Ghislaine Maxwell, and David Boies. Entities such as Miramax, Walt Disney Company, Def Jam Recordings, Universal Music Group, Spirit, Viacom, Sony, and the 1953 Trust, which is the estate of Jeffrey Epstein. Plaintiff alleges that Epstein initiated the events giving rise to the complaint. Plaintiff accuses the named defendants and hundreds of unidentified defendants of establishing a lucrative but sociopathic criminal enterprise and engaging in decades of human trafficking, sexual assaults, and various abuse, including financial and economic exploitation, drugging for abduction, and taking plaintiffs number 1 and plaintiffs Jane and John Doe's 1 through 10 hostage. She also alleges that the defendants engaged in sexual harassment, extortion, physical torture, and revenge, targeting her mother for her refusal to sell her children to them. She further alleged that the defendants drugged the children for eggs trafficking, hostage taking, and related abuse, but also began exploiting the plaintiffs for thefts of trade secrets, intellectual property, and torturous interference in the plaintiff's career and economical opportunities. This is a case that I got from Case Text. And this is a case with Epstein, Jay-Z, and Beyonce in it. Jeffrey Epstein is unalived. The case is dismissed. When I tell y'all that I go down a rabbit hole, I go down a rabbit hole. Dame Dash brought up Epstein and distancing himself, saying that he didn't have to hear or see any of that other stuff that was going on, that there was other little things that he saw that he wasn't going to be a part of. And he distanced himself from R. Kelly because how could you work? I mean, from Jay-Z, because how could you work with R. Kelly knowing what he did to Aaliyah? And you know, Aaliyah was my girl. I'm going to stop it there. I'm going to stop it there. You got that right. I'll have to look into that. I'll have to look into that. Sometimes going down these dark holes is not something that you want to share with people, but I have to explain to y'all why I went into the Robert Kelly and Jay-Z Best of Both Worlds tour. Why, when Jaguar said that, oh, you want me to ring the bell? You need the bell rung? That was a lot. Cleanse energy. When people say Jay-Z would be going down next, Jay-Z has his own skeletons in his closet. And I think that I shared a lot today in these 2 hours that we've been on live. We've gone through Diddy. We've talked about Diageo. We've talked about the partnership with Jay-Z's wife with Diageo. Okay. I dropped some gems on y'all. I showed y'all a connection between the Epstein stuff on paper. This is a lot. The music industry has a lot of nasty, dark secrets. It's a lot of dog eat dog out there to me. I will read that in its entirety. However, the conclusion of that case was the clerk of courts is directed to mail a copy of this order to the plaintiff, Charlene Y. Latham, and note service on the docket. The complaint is dismissed as frivolous under 28 U.S. Code 1915E. We're going to see what that is. And it says, subject to subjection, any court of the United States may authorize that the commencement, prosecution, or defense of any suit, acting or proceeding, civil or criminal, or appeal therein without prepayment of fees for securities. I'll get into all of this stuff, but they said it was E. The court may request an attorney to represent any person unable to afford counsel. I don't believe that's where they were going with this, but this has been a lot. This has been a lot. And going down these dark, deep dives, you never know where you're going to end up, okay? I don't enjoy this as far as exposing the dark secrets of the industry. I don't, because it ruins my childhood. It makes me look at people whose songs were once a part of something in my life, be it a good, bad, or a medium memory. It's kind of hard sometimes to listen to certain things and still smile if it's connected to a joyous occasion. And the sad part about it is the 90s, that era, that whole era, it's like behind all of this music, behind movies and entertainment now, there's always something deep and dark that's being brought to the surface now with the age of information, the age of Aquarius. I don't think that that's all just a spiritual thing. I think because we've reached a space in technology where an average person such as myself can just go deep diving into court systems and pull whatever it is that we're looking for. Nothing is sacred. Thank you for the Cashapp. Nothing is secret anymore or hidden from us. We no longer have to rely on mainstream media to tell us things. We no longer have to rely on any of that. We can just pick up our devices if we know how to navigate a system and go into the system and find out. Not only that, we're coming into an age where now people are no longer scared to talk. Foxy Brown is dropping breadcrumbs now. I'm wondering if it's because she's possibly going to be called because she was in Vegas the night that Pac was unalived with Corrupt. And now with the possible exposure of the industry, possible exposure at high levels with this Diddy case, and who's behind taking Diddy down? See, his protection and his covering was lifted. Pissed off the wrong people. Some might even say he should have been just happy with the 40 million a year and went on about his business. So was this a matter of greed? Was it a matter of trying to make an example out of them? See, the stocks can fall in the company, but the privilege and the prestige is still there. The connection and links into Congress, possibly into the feds, it's still there. And we can come up with all the conspiracy theories that we want to. But again, when there's too many coincidences, somewhere in there is the truth. I don't believe in multiple coincidences like this. You're very late, Mary. You're like 2 hours and 15 minutes late. I'm about to end up ending this video. We've been on here very long. I'm supposed to come back and give y'all another video on Devontae and the Aaron Hall case with Diddy. I will give that to you, but I've already done a video on the Aaron Hall case. But what happened was Aaron Hall was so ignorant and just so that we ended up like ending the video. So Gold Digger says Nipsey, Kathy White, Pimp C, Unalive, Jay-Z's birthday. Nipsey was connected to Jay-Z as well. People may not know how connected they were. He was also connected to Diddy. He was also connected to Diddy. Greed is one of the 7 deadly sins. Never enough. The money, women, clout. Diddy needed to go sue Diageo for even more money. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Mary. I saw Jay sue and win with the Spirit Company. He figured that he would shoot his shot. He saw Jay-Z one, but you see with Jay-Z, they saw more, and you don't know who's protecting him. That's a conspiracy of mine. You don't get as high up as these two have and not get some dirt on you. Dirt on your shoulder. I'm not surprised by anything that comes out. I think I'll just be more like disappointed. At this point, that's where I am. I'm disappointed in hip hop. I'm disappointed in the culture. This gives a whole new meaning of do it for the culture to me. I don't know about y'all, but it gives do it for the culture a different meaning now. Because what have they been doing for the culture? How far gone have they gone? Anywho, I hope that this was informative. I know this is different than what I usually do, but I hope that this was informative and that you guys picked up some information, maybe gave you a broader scope of things, gave you something else to think about, another way to look at things. This is not to try to sway anyone's thinking or directives that they have for themselves. It was merely just to give you information that I've come across and connect the dots. I hope that I connect these dots properly so that this is not just a matter of me just dropping content after content and it doesn't make sense. I'm hoping that all of this made sense to you. I thank y'all if you've been here from the beginning, rocking out with me. I appreciate you. The replay gang, I already know y'all on it. I will be chopping up this live at some point and putting the shorts out. So it's a little easier for you guys to just go straight to a point. If you want to, oh no, you know what? Yeah, Dave mentioned something about, Epstein and this, that, and the third and moving away from Jay-Z. Well, Henny dropped this. So boom, here's the clip right here. So I'm going to try to start doing that. Just bear with me because again, I'm easing my way into a new way of doing things. But y'all go enjoy the rest of y'all day. Pray that the dog did not eat my sandwich. It's dinner time now. So I got to start getting ready to make dinner, finish cleaning up, make dinner. But love is always love, y'all. I will see y'all in the next video. Peace, y'all. And if I don't end up going to Clubhouse tonight, y'all know that y'all have a live coming to y'all tomorrow. I will make it my business to make sure I get that Diddy and Devontae swing information out there. Apologies to the neighborhood talk. I forgot he was going under that he was called a different name in the lawsuit. But I will see y'all in the next one. Peace, y'all.
Because I don't want the simple life. It's the fine things I like.